best conditioned, most professional, unselfish, toughest, nastiest, disliked team in the NBA. We didn't care about it. That was our identity, and that's who we were.
What up, Knicks Nation? And welcome back to the Sheer Brilliance Podcast. I'm your host, Sheer, and you already know we're first to many and second to none with news, moves, and interesting views about our New York Knicks. Those bars. For those of you who are returning for another video, my SB community, I appreciate you. And welcome back, baby. Let's go. Let's talk about our Knicks. And if you're here for the first time, welcome as well. I want you to have fun. I appreciate you too. Or if you're the ops, I see you. I see you in the comment section too. And guess what? You rocking with the best, baby.
Bow down and kneel to greatness.
Now, all in all, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, help me build this movement by liking the video, subscribing, leaving a comment below. This content is for you. Anyone else who's a fan of basketball, friend or foe, we want the smoke.
I want problems, always.
And the smoke is exactly what we're covering today, courtesy of Killer Cam Reddish and his trade request. Now I'm joking, but the video is about Cam Reddish. Allegedly, Cam actually did come out and denounce that those were rumors on his birthday by replying to a tweet. But what I will say is this, shortly before that, he also replied something along the lines of, oh, now y'all are worried. Now y'all value me. So you know they'd be watching social media. But now, SB community, he's got a right to feel that way. Hell, all of the young players have a right to feel that way after this summer and the type of offseason that they experienced. But you know what? We've never actually had this many young players in the future, in future draft picks and assets on this roster at one time for our organization. Young players who, if given the opportunity, Tibbs, can actually potentially contribute to playing at a high level or even taking that next step to become high-level stars in this league. When I mention the word potential, there is no greater example of a player who, if he reaches his potential, could actually change the fortunes and the trajectory of our New York Knicks organization. That player is Cam Reddish. So I want to talk about why this kid could be the goods for us. A hidden gem right under our noses, and provide 8 reasons to believe in him as a high-level contributing piece to our ball club. Now, I want to say that I was inspired to do this video by a short documentary that I recently watched on the Atlanta Falcons. The documentary is called Too Legit to Quit. I'm not going to sing it. But the piece that I took away from that video, that doc, was the team was loaded. And eventually they drafted Deion Sanders, who brought talent and swagger. But they had no idea that they had Brett Favre on the bench. Average QB after average QB provided average results. But the head coach would actually troll young Brett and still not give him an opportunity. Eventually, Brett was traded. The rest is a Hall of Fame history, a Hall of Fame career. I don't want to be like that coach. So this is why this video is here. So let's get into it. So let's talk about reason number 1. The man has a lot to prove. To prove to himself, to prove to his coaches, his teammates, to the league. This is a player who was thought if he had stayed in college one more year, the following year he would have been the number 1 pick coming out of the draft. He had player comparisons to Paul George and Jason Tatum. But right now, Cam is fighting that old adage that perception is reality. And he has this season alone to defeat that perception is reality adage. Or he's going to miss out on a bag. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, R.J. Barrett, his Duke brother, is his teammate. Now imagine this. Coming to New York, a big city, a new team, and you're coming from the ops, that could be daunting. So for him to have RJ Barrett, a friend, a familiar face, made that transition a bit smoother. But also the value of RJ being there is it gives him insight on how to engage with the coach and what he should be doing to ensure that Tibbs notices him. Unfortunately, injuries gets Tibbs' attention too. So to be up close, also seeing RJ get a contract extension, seeing how the city responds to RJ, seeing RJ's role on the team, this has all got to spark a flame inside of Cam. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, speaking of contracts, it's killer season, okay? The season of Killer Cam to show he is worthy of a contract extension. Cam has now seen many of his friends secure the bag. RJ, Zion, Trey. So he knows how critical this season is for him to be healthy and be available. The odds are on his side. RJ got his contract. Mitch got his contract. Julius. They were all able to have healthy seasons the season prior to securing their bag. So I'm sending this out to you. Orange and blue juju for you, Cam. Good luck, brother. That's reason number 3. Reason number 4. If Evan Fournier is traded, this will show a clear commitment by the organization to give Cam an honest look this year and see what he can do. But if Evan stays, Cam will be buried on the bench, barring any injuries to Fournier. Now, if Evan goes, Cam is looking at being a valuable backup for backup minutes or super important starter next to that starting lineup. His length of his defense would be coveted in that wing role. So that's the 4th reason. Reason number 5, he's going to have similar personnel to what he had in college. Zion was once called Julius Randle with hops. Okay? So Cam should be extra familiar with playing heavy minutes alongside Julius Randle and RJ Barrett because that setup is similar, if it comes to that. This gives him super similar personnel to what he had at Duke. All right? And Coach K and Tom Thibodeau are good friends, having coached together on Team USA. So I'm sure this offseason involved catching up and sharing notes on those Duke players and how they could best work together. But I'm also sure that the call was just as short with Coach K saying, give Cam minutes. Give Cam minutes. So that's reason number 5. Reason number 6, if healthy and on top of his game, there is no one on our team right now that has Cam Reddish's skill set. He is versatile, long, mid-range, 3-point defensive ability. If he balls out this year, he could really be a foundational piece for us, point blank in the story. That's reason number 6. Reason number 7, idols must become rivals. This young generation, listen to me, please. The days of that's my favorite player or giving effusive praise to your teammates about their games, that should be over. Please compete. You are fighting for the bag and your futures now. No friends outside of your teammates, and even they should feel your hunger. How bad do you want it? Not only Cam, but the whole team's young players should be battling each other. Bro, the practice stories were legendary in the 90s. Even Jimmy Butler and Kobe Bryant tried to bring that back, but they received pushback and they were shamed for it. You're being bullies. That's reason number 7. But lastly, reason number 8, Coach Tibbs, of course. Now stop. Don't believe the hype about the coach not liking Cam, all right? The move was made for Cam early in the season. And we know that the coach is a creature of habit, routine, and process. Coach Tibbs knew nothing about Cam, didn't have the time to study up on him. Tibbs needs training camps with players, game plans, measurements, all of that. He needs to be able to do his homework to know what he has in a player and how he can utilize it. There's no time for that when the season is upon you. So Cam, if you're watching this video, take this to heart. It's not personal with Tibbs. When Tibbs has an opportunity in off season to dive into his homework, study, and see how he can utilize a player, then the player becomes a greater part of the game plan. That's one aspect. Second aspect is, Cam, you must get into the greatest shape of your life, because great shape means less injuries. Less injuries means more availability, and that helps. Remember, Tibbs admitted feeling a certain way about Julius based solely on being an opponent and in things that he had heard. But Julius ultimately won him over when he saw how hard Julius worked. The most recent example is that it's been reported that Obi now has won Tibbs over because of his work ethic and his effort and his positive energy when he enters a room. So a great start for Cam is Tibbs even acknowledged that he's aware that Cam's been in Westchester all summer working. That's huge. And that's why I think we should believe in Cam Reddish. So there you have it. 8 reasons to believe in Cam Reddish this season. 1, he has a lot to prove. 2, RJ Barrett provides familiarity for him to be comfortable, to make mistakes and grow and have somebody, build you up. 3, that boy's in his contract season, now or never. 4, Evan Fournier must be traded. Stay tuned. 5, similar personnel to what he had in college at Duke. 6, no one on the team can match his skill set or his measurables. Number 7, your idols must become your rivals. And number 8, Coach Tibbs in playing time. Knicks Nation, do you agree? Anyone else? What do you think? Leave your questions, your comments, your concerns below. Please put them in the comments box and tell me, what say you? All right, appreciate the support, everybody. This thing is growing crazy. Let's go SB community. Let's build it up. Cam, my brother, happy belated birthday. We rock with you. We hope you have a great year, a healthy year. And until next time, keep in mind, same thing applies to our team that applies to our lives. If there's no struggle, there's no progress. Knicks fans, SB community, we here. And we got next. I'm out. Sheer Brilliance Podcast.
Bow down and kneel to greatness. The Don Dada, biggest in the game.
We ain't playing with, this is New York.
I want all the smoke.